At its core, the meaning of enabler is an individual who, either consciously or subconsciously, encourages or facilitates negative or self-destructive behavior patterns in another person. This support can manifest in numerous ways, ranging from turning a blind eye to problematic behaviors to actively aiding or encouraging such actions. The role of an enabler is complex and nuanced, steeped in layers of emotion, responsibility, and often, inadvertent support for damaging behaviors. The enabler, as the term suggests, enables certain actions or behaviors in another individual, typically those that are self-destructive or harmful. The enabler's role is not usually born out of malicious intent. In many cases, enablers are driven by a genuine desire to help or protect the person they care about. They may shoulder responsibilities that aren't theirs to bear, take the blame for the other's actions, or constantly strive to maintain an illusion of normalcy or perfection. This often stems from a deep-seated need to keep everyone happy or to prevent the disruption of their loved one's life or their own. However, the true essence or meaning of being an enabler lies in the unintended consequences of these actions. By stepping in to shield the individual from the repercussions of their behavior, the enabler inadvertently allows them to continue on their destructive path. The individual does not face the necessary consequences that could potentially spur change, thus perpetuating a cycle of harmful behavior. This dynamic often goes unrecognized by the enabler, who may see their actions as supportive rather than enabling. The enabler believes they're mitigating harm, but often they're simply delaying the inevitable confrontation with reality that the individual needs to face. Enablers generally feel an overwhelming urge to protect their partner, even when it becomes clear that their actions are causing harm. This protective instinct can take many forms. It could be continuously making excuses for their partner's erratic behavior, constantly stepping in to resolve issues or problems caused by their partner, or even assuming responsibilities that should ideally be shouldered by their partner. Take, for instance, a relationship where one partner is grappling with addiction. The enabler, in their desire to help, may consistently offer financial aid, cover up their partner's errors, or downplay their unhealthy habits in an effort to maintain a semblance of peace and normalcy. However, these actions, while seemingly supportive on the surface, are actually detrimental in the long run. They allow the addicted partner to evade the repercussions of their actions, thereby enabling and even encouraging the continuation of their destructive behavior. Enablers often suffer from stress, anxiety, and emotional fatigue due to their constant efforts to manage and control the situation. They may also struggle with feelings of guilt and fear, especially if they consider ending their enabling behavior. The role of an enabler often comes with significant emotional and psychological costs, as well as implications for the overall dynamics of the relationship. For the enabler, this role can result in high levels of stress, anxiety, and emotional exhaustion. They frequently find themselves in the midst of crisis management, constantly trying to mitigate the fallout of their partner's destructive behaviors. This may involve covering up for their partner's mistakes, making excuses for their actions, or even taking on their responsibilities. Over time, these efforts can take a toll on the enabler's mental health and overall well-being. In addition, the enabler often ends up feeling trapped within the relationship. They come to believe that they cannot leave, no matter how unhappy they may be, because their departure could lead to negative outcomes for their partner, such as suffering, relapse, or crisis. This fear can perpetuate the cycle of enabling, leading the enabler to feel stuck in their role. On the other hand, for the individual being enabled, the impact is equally detrimental. Instead of learning to confront their issues and take responsibility for their actions, they are shielded from the consequences of their behavior. This lack of accountability not only allows them to continue their negative behaviors but also hinders their personal growth and development. They become reliant on the enabler, which can further exacerbate their issues and prevent them from seeking help or making positive changes. Breaking out of the enabling cycle is no easy task, but it is crucial for the health and well-being of both individuals involved. The process requires introspection, resilience, and commitment. The first stage in breaking the enabling cycle is acknowledging the problem. This means recognizing the meaning of being an enabler and understanding how this role contributes to the continuation of harmful behaviors. It involves accepting that one's well-intentioned actions may actually be detrimental to both parties involved. This stage can be challenging as it involves confronting uncomfortable truths about one's actions and their impact. The next stage involves setting boundaries. As an enabler, it's easy to lose sight of personal limits while trying to help someone to care about. Establishing clear boundaries involves asserting what behavior you will tolerate and what you won't. It's about defining your limits and communicating them effectively to the enabled individual. This stage is crucial as it helps prevent the enabler from getting entangled in the other person's destructive patterns. Sometimes, the dynamics of enabling are too deeply entrenched to handle alone. In such cases, seeking professional help becomes vital. Therapists or counselors can provide valuable insights into the patterns of enabling behavior and offer strategies to break the cycle. They can also provide support and guidance during this challenging process. In conclusion, being an enabler is a complex role that often emerges from a place of deep affection, concern, and a genuine desire to help. It's important to remember that if you, or someone you know, identifies as an enabler, this doesn't reflect negatively on your character or intentions. Being an enabler is not about being a bad person but rather about getting caught in a cycle of behavior that, while well-intentioned, can inadvertently perpetuate harm. However, recognizing one's role as an enabler is a significant first step towards positive change. It opens up the possibility of moving away from enabling behavior and towards establishing healthier relationship dynamics. This journey may be challenging and require time, patience, and perhaps professional support, but it's a crucial path towards ensuring the well-being of both the enabler and the person being enabled. For more information about narcissists and narcissistic abuse, visit www.carlacorelli.com.